It was supposed to be an easy weekend job. Emily Turner, a 21-year-old college student, needed extra money to cover rent. When she saw the ad on a local bulletin board, weekend babysitter needed. Competitive. Pay quiet neighborhood, she called immediately. The house was in Ridgewood, Maine, a quiet, wooded suburb she'd never visited before. The parents, Mark and Linda Holloway, were friendly but oddly formal. They told her they would be gone for 2 nights for a family emergency and needed someone to watch their 6-year-old son. "Ethan, just keep him inside after dark," Linda said, almost pleading. "And don't let him near the woods. He sleepwalks sometimes, but whatever you do, don't follow him if he leaves the house. Call us first." Emily laughed nervously, assuming it was just overprotective parenting, and agreed. The first night started normally enough. Ethan was shy but sweet, with big, curious eyes. They watched cartoons, ate mac and cheese, and by 9 p.m. he was fast asleep upstairs. Emily settled on the couch with a book, listening to the soft creaks of the house settling. Then came the first sound, a faint scratching at the back door. Emily assumed it was a raccoon. But when she went to check, there was nothing, just the dark outline of the forest behind the yard swaying in the wind. She locked the door again and went back inside. An hour later, the sound came again, but louder this time, scraping, dragging, like nails on wood. Emily peeked through the curtains. Something was standing at the tree line. It was too far to make out clearly, just a tall silhouette, still watching. She froze, heart pounding. Then, as if it sensed her, the figure slowly stepped backward into the trees and vanished. Emily told herself it was just a neighbor, maybe a hiker, and tried to calm down. But when she checked on Ethan, she found him standing by the window in his room, wide awake, staring at the woods. "They're back," he whispered. Emily crouched down. "Who's back?" He didn't look at her, just kept staring. "The ones who talk to me. They want me to come outside." A chill ran through her. "Ethan, no one is out there." "Yes, there is." He turned to her, his small face pale. "They said they're going to take me tonight." Emily tucked him back into bed, telling him everything would be fine, but her own hands were shaking. She checked all the doors and windows twice before going back to the living room. At midnight, the baby monitor crackled to life. Static at first, then a soft, sing-song voice. "Ethan, come play with us." Emily's blood ran cold. She raced upstairs, but Ethan's bed was empty. The window was open, curtains fluttering in the cold night air. She grabbed a flashlight and ran outside, calling his name. The woods loomed ahead, impossibly dark. For a moment, she thought about Linda's warning. Don't follow him if he leaves the house, but what choice did she have? She couldn't just let him go. The forest swallowed her flashlight beam. The deeper she went, the quieter everything became. No crickets, no wind, just an unnatural, suffocating silence. Then she saw him, Ethan, standing perfectly still in a clearing, staring at something she couldn't see. "Ethan," she whispered, running to him. He didn't move. When she reached him, she realized he wasn't looking at nothing. He was looking at them. Figures emerged from the darkness, one by one, surrounding the clearing. Their faces were pale and featureless, their limbs too long, their movements wrong, jerky, like marionettes. "Give him to us," a voice said, though none of them moved their mouths. Emily grabbed Ethan and backed away, her breath ragged. "Stay away." The figures didn't advance, but they didn't leave either. They just watched, heads tilting in unison. Ethan clutched her hand, trembling. "They said I'm one of them," he whispered. "They said I don't belong here." Emily ran, not stopping until the house was in sight. Behind her, the forest seemed to breathe, as if alive. She slammed the door shut and locked it, every window, every bolt. The rest of the night was a blur of noises, tapping at the glass, soft footsteps on the roof, whispers through the vents. She sat awake with Ethan in her arms until dawn, too scared to move. When the Halloways returned the next morning, Emily told them everything. The voices, the figures, Ethan's sleepwalking. Mark and Linda exchanged a look that chilled her. "You should never have gone outside," Linda said quietly. "What are they?" Emily demanded. Linda shook her head. "We don't know, but they've been here since we moved in. They only want Ethan." Emily quit on the spot. She drove home, swearing she'd never go back to Ridgewood. But that night, as she lay in bed, her phone lit up. A notification from an unknown number. A picture. It was of her, taken through her bedroom window. And in the reflection of the glass behind her, a tall, pale figure was standing in the shadows, watching